Welcome out to Kojak's Live, the hottest spot in the Permian Basin, the hottest spot to play poker. Bringing you live stream action from Clyde's Room. We have transformed Clyde's Room into a beautiful live stream venue. We're going to be bringing you 4-card high PLO all night long.
I don't have Eddie's cards.
All right, so we're going to start off with 2-4 6-way action. 6 players to the flop, $255 in the pot. Flop comes out Jack of Spades, 4 of Spades, 9 of Clubs. $75 bet. We've got 2 callers, so we're going to be... Oh, just kidding. We've got heads up action going to the flop. Flop comes a 10 of Hearts. A little fuzzy. We will get that worked out on it. So Joni's holding the check mark without the river to even come. Queen 8. Queen high straight. Eddie leads out with $100, trying to represent King Jack. Joni can't give it up. She makes the call. She's going to flip over, pull in $530. Straight to the 8. Takes it down. Straight to the 8. As you...
That ain't no shit.
I was enjoying the quiet, actually.
No, I'm not.
Just for a minute.
It makes me nervous. I don't like it.
So we're back at it. Joni's going to be under the gun. Button sitting on Mr. Eddie. Joni's going to look down at Queen 10 of diamonds, 10 of clubs, 4 of diamonds, 3 diamonds in her hand. But she's probably going to play it with a pair of 10s and the queen in. It's only $5 to call right now. 5 to play. Ricky's going to go ahead and make the call. Billy's going to let her go. Colby's going to make the call, and it's going to fold back around to Miss Carrie. She's going to say, it's only $5 to play. Let's raise it up. 20 is the new action. Eddie looks down at 96.62, double suited, although the highest card in the suit is a 9. He's going to make the call. Joni's going to tag along. So we got 5-way action, $100 sitting in the pot. I love seeing that 5% sitting on Eddie's hand and how it changes maybe drastically after this. Flop comes out, ace of clubs, 10 of spades, king of spades. Ricky's holding on to the nut flush draw, looking for queen jack. Nobody's got queen jack. However, Joni did flop a set of 10s. Turn card comes out, a 6 of spades. That completes Ricky's nut flush. However, Joni's looking to pair the board. And she does lead out with 40 into the pot. Ricky makes the call with the nut flush, 75% to win. Only other person that can win this hand is Joni if the board pairs. Carrie's making a dead call here. She doesn't know it though. So 4-way action, 260 in the pot waiting to be grabbed. River card comes an 8 of hearts. An 8 of hearts that continues the check mark on Ricky. However, Joni's going to fire out like she's got the nuts. However, when you're holding on to the nuts and you think you got the nuts, that's a completely different story. We should see maybe a pot bet. I would like to see just a min raise. Or maybe a 2x raise. A min raise is saying, hey, call me. So much for the min raise. 420 is the new action. Carrie does let it go. Action's now back over to Joni. Joni knows a set of 10s is no good at that point. So she's going to pick it up and lay it down.
I think it capped at 28%.
I think instead of playing, I just want to run a site. Make 28%.
That's why they're doing it.
Taking a peek at the chip count there. Ricky setting up top with Joni, 1,200 each.
Ricky straddles for 10. Billy raises to 30. Jackson calls.
Oh,
Kobe folds. Robert folds. Corey calls. Carrie calls. Eddie folds. Joni calls. Ricky calls. Six players. Ricky checks. Billy checks. Jackson checks. Corey checks. Carrie bets 100.
So pick the action right back up. We are 6-way to the flop. $280 set in the flop. Flop comes out to 10 of diamonds, 9 of clubs, 4 of hearts. Kind of a dry flop, looking for queen jack, looking for jack 8, something along those lines right there. However, Carrie does have a set of 9s. We are heads up. Pair of kings, jack 8. That's exactly what we're looking for against a set of 9s. An ace on the turn. Billy does check it up. That does put 2 hearts out there. Billy's now got the nut flush. Billy snaps that call. He's smiling. Carrie's giggling. I'm pretty sure Billy knows where Carrie stands, and Carrie knows what she wants. And she wants anything but a heart. Comes out a queen of diamonds. And so Billy's going to show his pair of kings. Nope, king jack. Didn't even see the jack. King jack for Broadway. Carrie leans over and says, you little turd. Billy scrapes it in.
Billy straddles for 10.
So as the action moves around, we'll go ahead and take a quick peek at the VPIP. VPIP, Carrie's setting 100%, Joni's setting 100%, and Ricky's setting at 100%. Looks to be a very, very happening game tonight. Billy's going to be under the gun, and he's already got the straddle out for 10. Action's going to fold on around. Kobe does make the call. He's got the nut diamonds with 10-5 off. Corey's going to pot her up, raise it up to, well, almost pot it up. He's going to raise it up to 40. Eddie makes the call with 2 jacks in his hand. Joni makes the call with the nut spades and pair of deuces in her hand. Ricky makes the call with pocket 10s. Once again, double suited down there. I like that. Billy makes the call. We hadn't even seen king jack 87. I'm a fan of those type of hands right there. Second nut flush draw, straight draw with Broadway. You got a straight draw with a 7-8. You got all kinds of outs. 5-way action, $205 in the pot. Flop comes out, 7-5 deuce, rainbow suits, 7-5 deuce. That's a set of deuces for Joni. Not very scary. Looking for 46, which Eddie does have. And he's going to bet it like he's got it, $75 into $205 sitting down there. Oh, excuse me. So three-way action, $430 in the pot. Corey makes the check. Eddie does bet 100. Eddie's got a pair of jacks with 64. He's looking for a 3 or an 8 to complete his straight. Joni with a pair of deuces, or sorry, set of deuces, is going to make the call, and Corey is drawing. He's got two pair, king 5. He's a little behind. He's looking for a king or a 5. And Corey says all in. He's representing the big set, kings, 5s, or 7. That's almost an impossible call for Eddie. And even though Joni's holding a set of deuces, he's going to put her to the test right at the early. I think that's a pretty easy lay down for Eddie. So Eddie does make the fold. Now action's on Joni. That's a tough move because she's played with Corey enough. She's watched him play enough to know that sometimes he does get a little froggy with any types of draws. Jack 10 of clubs would make that. Jack 10 of spades would make that move. Ace 10 of spades might make that move. Same with the clubs. And I don't think... I mean, it's $725 to her. I don't think she can make that call unless she's 100% that she's good. But that's what she's running through her head. She's running, how good am I right at this moment? But I've also seen Joni make some pretty froggy calls. This isn't one of those froggy calls. She does make the call. Holy cow. Holy cow. So it's a set of deuces up against king 5. 2 times.
Go for it.
First river comes a 6.
Good to go. Yes.
And second river comes an 8. So both of those pots are going to head over to Joni. Crazy, crazy action at Kojak's. If you're not out at Kojak's now, head on out to Kojak's. We've got 3 cash games going. Got one ready to open up. Got the live stream. Hey, tomorrow we've got the $250 Progressive Bounty Tournament. If you're not familiar with what a Progressive Bounty Tournament is, if you've got 3 bounty chips in your hand and you lose the hand, you're going to be handing 2 of them over to the person that knocked them out. If you've got 4 in your hand and they knock you out, you're going to be handing 2. 5, you're going to hand them 3. So it's a real easy spot to make $50 at a time with those bounty chips. Make your chip stack grow mammoth proportions. So just like that, I'm pretty sure Joni is your chip leader. Joni's got 2,400 in front of her. Max buy-in was 1,000. Joni's up $1,500. Both Billy and Ricky are up. And as you can see, Jackson's down 30, Rob's down 30, Kobe down 60, Carrie's down 320, and Eddie is down 580. That will not last long, though.
Oh, Mario was at my table. Yes, Mario. And then he took it at your table. Yeah. Mario was like,
Alright, Chris, Jackson.
Having fun.
Here, yep, absolutely.
he's like, I'm losing.
It makes that little ass burn a little bit lighter. At least win some of your
I'm
money
not
back.
giving all this back.
The oldest thing winning is Ricky. I've never won a day in my life.
You do for one now.
Winner, winner,
Sorry,
chicken
I'm not
dinner.
following protocol here.
So as we pick right back up on the action, Jackson's going to straddle for 10. Kobe's going to snap that call. Mr. Rob's going to fold. Corey's going to make the fold. Corey came back in, but I'm not exactly sure what he came back in for.
1,200.
It looks like he came in for 1,200.
Yes.
So he's back in the game for 1,200. Joni makes the call. If you're playing for 10, you're playing for... Oh, Jackson checked it. I was almost positive that Jackson was about to pop it at that point. 8-way action to the flop. Where else can you get this kind of action in West Texas? 8 players to the flop, $80 in there, ready up for grabs. Jack of hearts, 10 of hearts, ace of spades comes out there. It's a pretty flop for Carrie. She's got a lot of hearts in her hand, and nobody has... Oh, just kidding. Corey has the nut heart. This might be a troublesome hand. We're looking for king, queen. Jackson's already holding on to the king, queen, and he's got the nuts at this point, but he's only an 8% chance to win this hand. So Eddie's going to raise it up $380. He's got the same king, queen in his hand. So 2 hearts on the board. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 12 hearts out. So there's 1 heart left in the deck. I mean, Corey's got a 10% chance to win. Carrie's got a 2% chance to win. That means hearts are still active. Otherwise, they would be dead. Jody's got king, queen, too. Didn't even see that. 3 players. 1, 2, 3. Life is so unfair at some points right here. 3 players sitting with the nuts right now. 1 player sitting with a nut draw. 1 player sitting with a second nut draw. What is going on? Pot's already over $1,000. What's happening at Kojak's tonight? We've got crazy madness happening in the live stream. I hope you're tuned in and watching. Holy cow! Corey makes the call.
Pair the board.
What's that?
Kobe might be thinking about making this call to pair the board.
Where's Kobe? Oh, Kobe's got 3 pair. Oh, man, I would have. Kobe folded 3 pair at that point, calling 330 for 1,700. How can you not? Well, not everybody's a degenerate like most of us. So I would have 100% called with 3 pair right there. So we've got bet of $380. Or sorry, bet of 50, raise to 380, call 380, call 380. Now action's over on Corey. I can fully see Corey potting it right here. But however, he's
potting it into 3 people who have the nuts.
I mean, he's going to get called.
He
may not get called by one of them.
And he probably doesn't have any idea how far behind he is at the moment.
Right. Well, you saw his 8% go all the way up to 18% equity. And Carrie smartly lays that down. I mean, she's not her first time around the block. Corey is drawing 2 hearts. I think there are 2 hearts alive.
Oh, he could also catch
6 and pair the board.
6 and pair the... Well, he's already got... Yeah, it would be 6 and pair the board.
That's 5, does not help him. And at this point right here, the king queens are going to be max value in this, trying to push the hearts out of there. With 4 people left in the hand, you've got to assume somebody's got a set or hearts also. Action is on Jackson. Jackson is ready to go. He's holding on to the nuts at this point. He says all in, $1.1 thousand into the pot. And this puts Corey in a predicament. Corey's sitting with 810 effective chips in his stack, but he's not counting the 810 in his. He's counting the $2,800 sitting in the pot.
And if he knew that everybody else also had the nuts with no draw,
yeah, he
would probably make that call.
If he could see the hands, he would 100% make the call because he knows their money is going in. I do like that tattoo right there. It almost looks like a magazine page on his arm. That's some really good work. That's the first time I've seen the Queen of Hearts. Man, welcome out to Kojak's Live. $5 on the button. We've got $2,800 already in the pot. A bet of $1.1 thousand. Corey's got 810. That's, I would say, 50-50 going in the pot. He knows that one of the 3 have king queen. He's drawing to a heart and a heart only.
Don't forget that he just got felted a few moments ago too.
Right, and that's if he wouldn't have got felted a few moments ago, he would snap this.
Probably.
I think that's playing in his head. It's crazy how the previous hands do play in your head a little bit. And
well, he also knows at this point that at best he's looking at 9 hearts, at the absolute best.
Corey is all in, $810 into the pot. That puts the pot over 3.6K. Eddie says, I'm all in. And Joni says, I'm all in. We've got 4-way all-in action. Welcome to Kojak's Live. Kojak's is the hottest spot for the most action in West Texas. That pot can't be right. 4.8K?
1.1.
Why does it say Eddie's all in for 30? Oh, that's all he had left, I guess?
Yeah.
All right, so we've got $5,000 sitting in this pot. Five
And it
thousand.
may actually even be just a little bit less than that because it's showing Joni all in as 2K, but 900 of that's coming back to her.
Right, right. Okay. So it's actually a little bit less than that. We're looking at right around 4,000.
Yeah.
Dealer's going to get all the pots correct for each player. If the dealer could see the hands, he would have just ran it out and said, "Take back your bets." If
Yeah.
a heart doesn't come, but if a heart comes, then it's a nasty chop. So what we do at Kojaks is we definitely get the pots right before we go on. So a lot of players, if come out to Kojaks, if you're at Kojaks, you might as well come out for the pot. A lot of players like to say pot. That's a big term in pot limit Omaha. So it's elected to run one time. Corey is looking for a heart and a heart only. Sometimes it does show how many outs. I think there's 1 or 2 hearts left in the deck. I'm not completely sure. I'd say it has to be 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Maybe 3 at the best.
Well, he's not my little brother. He's the youngest brother. I'm the baby, but he scraps all the time.
The main pot that he's in is
And
one
he's
time, but
50.
you want to go
Okay,
twice.
so on the live stream, if Eddie says he's running it one time, can they run it multiple times? Okay, never mind.
All right, one time for everything. Corey's looking for a heart and a heart only. The other 3 players are looking to dodge, and they did dodge. So they're going to be chopping up Corey's 810 king, queen, king, queen, king, queen. So it's a 3-way chop. So what's happening right now? Dealer's telling everybody, pull your bet back, pull your bet back. We're chopping up this with you 2 since you had more. And then we'll chop up the main pot 3 ways.
I thought it was gonna be somebody had king, queen, and 2 hearts, or
Just about.
pocket aces.
They were just about getting
Real-
ready to
real
somebody
hearts.
broke it up on there.
Really?
Yes, Rockin' Robin looked like he
I
was
think he did.
a world champion boxer, but he lived in Odessa back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's fucking cold.
I need a brush for a waffle and player chips.
So as you can see right there, Kojaks is where the action's at. 5K in the pot, split outer pot split between 2 players, inner spot pot split between 3 players, all holding king queen. Corey had the nut flush draw. Carrie smartly folded the second nut flush draw without even thinking twice about it at that point. She was gone. So 5K is chopped up with 3 players. We're gonna have a big one tonight. So if you're not out at Kojaks, make sure you head on up here. We got 2 cash games running besides the live stream, ready to open up a 3rd one.
Alright, y'all. 3-way chop.
Good info to have.
Is that what you said?
2?
Well, I don't need a full well fill, but
Well, that's what Brendan told me.
well, yeah. So, and then you said yours. Yeah. So well fill is just whatever I happen to have. So that's 12. So I would say 9, 12, and then I need player chips for this. And I do not know how much that is yet. So if you could please count it so I can let Chris know for the live stream.
He welcomed me. He was a very, very awesome person.
Hey, when Ermion and Lloyd Chips used to play, and they've always had that rivalry.
All right, so we're heading on over to the next hand. Chip count: Joni 3K, Jackson 2.1, Billy 1.3, Ricky 1.2, Rob 965. Corey is back in the game for $1,500. So the action does continue. Not quite sure if Eddie came back in just as of yet. Eddie's back in.
Is Corey back in?
1,500. Eddie's in for 606.
Eddie split the last pot.
Okay.
Sorry, I was talking to Charlie.
Where I was from, they used to,
Okay,
we just
so
come in and
Kobe calls.
use
Robin
the
calls.
hands, we come try to
Corey
burn an
folds,
M.
Terry folds,
I mean, literally set it on
Eddie
fire,
calls.
and they try to go burn a P in their
Joni
field.
calls.
Of course, it was
Ricky
the
folds.
80s, it was a lot different then.
Billy raises.
So the action's already flying. We've got Billy raising it up to 15. If you're playing for 5 at Kojak's, you're playing for 40. It's probably going to get repopped here. And just like that, it is repopped. 60's the new action. Kobe does lay it down. Action's over to Corey. Corey's not in the hand, so he can't call. Eddie does make the call with King 986. Action's now on over to Joni. And Billy does make the call. So we've got four-way action, $245 in the pot. So, bet of 100. Eddie calls. Joni calls. We've got 2 5s on the board. Billy's holding one of them in his hand. Spade on the turns. We got 2 clubs, 2 spades out there. And a club on the river. Gives Joni that nut club that she was searching for after that flop. And Eddie does ship all in. That's scary for Joni because if he's got 7-5, if he's got 7-7, king, king, king 5, queen 5, Joni does call, and ace high flush is good to go. Joni doesn't even put any chips out there and makes the call. Joni's adding to her small wall of chips, and Joni is now climbing out to a mammoth chip lead, 3.8K sitting in her chip stack.
50 Cowboys game on?
On the TV behind you.
Eddie's coming back in. Can I get brush in here, please?
I named a margarita, hold the tequila.
Oh, fun. We'd like to count one.
Can I go ahead and get you?
We don't know.
Can you count this for me real quick?
You know what, I think it's over.
Nikki, can I get you, or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got her, you need Nikki, grab it.
I have 1,000 here. It's just.
So as tonight, you can actually hear some of the table talk, hopefully. We're working on getting you to where you can hear them live. So action's already started. Rob does make the call for 5. Corey pots it up to 20. 3 plus the trailing, $20 in there. Kerry makes the call at 20. Eddie makes the call at 20. He came back in for 1,000. Joni makes the call. I mean, how can she not? She's got almost every chip on the table. When you've got a mammoth chip lead like that, any 4 cards looks quite tasty. So thanks for all the viewers out on Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube. Appreciate each one of y'all coming in and watching us. Just want to let you guys know that tomorrow we do have the $250 Progressive Bounty Tournament. So here's one of those hands. If you're calling 5, you're calling 20 at Kojak's. Now we're just waiting on Rob to call, and Rob makes the call. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7-way action. 7-way action, $120. 140 I can count in the pot. Flop comes out, 3 of clubs, deuce of hearts, 8 of hearts, 3 deuce 8. Checking the hands real quick. 46%. That means they are holding the only 2 hearts on the table. Billy leads out with $140. 4, 5, 6, 7 in his hand. He's looking for anything between a 4 and a 7 for a straight. Wow, he's got the full wrap. Ace, 4, 5, 6, 7 gives him the win. Those are the type of hands you like to have. Minus not hearts. Well, never mind. Kerry folded the only 2 hearts on the table. So, does Joni make the call? Making a joke about, you know, she can't afford not to call the way she's running hot. So 140, she does make the call. $440 sitting in the pot. Jack of hearts, that would have been Kerry's monster card. So it goes check. Billy bets 150. Representing the flush, Joni's holding a 3 high heart. I don't think she's going to be able to go any further. It would be extremely difficult to know that he does not have a heart in her hand. As you can see, some of our new shirts, all chips matter here at Kojak's. Everyone has a purpose. And Joni does lay it down. So Billy's, I guess, semi-bluff. It's not really a bluff at that point. Any ace, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's at least 15 cards that can help him. Pulls in the pot, $590 headed towards Billy. Billy picks the proper spot. So 5 to play. Kerry under the gun is straddling for 10.
Corey.
Sorry, Corey under the gun. I looked at that wrong. Both of them C names. Both of them 5 letters. Sometimes Charlie is crazy. Action over on Joni. King 8 suited, 63. She's going to let her go. She's got $5K in front of her. I would have at least made a pot bet there. Four-way action.
Billy.
Billy is not in.
All right. 4-way action. Flop comes out. 5 of diamonds, 10 of clubs, 6 of spades.
Okay, and it goes Corey checks, Kerry checks, Eddie checks, Ricky bets 130.
All right, so Corey checks, Kerry checks, Eddie checks. Ricky leads out with 130 into $280. Corey does make the call. He's got clubs, and he's the only one with clubs.
What is Eddie calling with here? Hopes and dreams?
Corey leads out with $2. 2 cows and a calf, I guess you could say it. $250. Action's now over on Eddie. I can't tell if Eddie has cards or not.
Folded.
Okay, he did make the fold. So now it's on Ricky. Ricky is way in the lead here. However, he's looking to dodge a club, a 4, a 5, or a... Nope, a 9 would give him the win. So a club, 5, or 4 is what he's looking to dodge. Setting as a 12% favorite at this point. And he does make the fold. Aggressive move by Corey does push him out of the pot. It wasn't a crazy aggressive move because he was the only one holding the clubs there. And he's a very good pressure player to put the pressure on players to get them to move out of the hand. And that's exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted the hand over at that point, pull in and start digging away at the deficit right now. Moving on up is what we're doing at Kojak's. Moving on up, setting in Clyde's room, having a little fun. Let's look at the stack sizes. Joni 3.7, Jackson and Corey 2,000, Billy 1.4. Everybody else is under 1,000. Carrie right now is your short stack, but we do not expect that to continue. She's got $525 in front of her. Crazy. One hand of PLO and that can completely flip. Carrie does have the $10 straddle. She's gonna be pleased. She likes King Queen 10 deuce, third nut spade or diamond. Eddie's gonna look down at Ace 5-5 Jack, enough to make the call. Joni does make the fold. Joni's got all the chips on the table. Looks kind of bored out there. She should at least be smiling. She's almost 4x her buy-in. 5 players in the hand come into the flop. Flop comes out. 9 of hearts, 7 of spades, king of hearts, 9, king, 7. Nobody's got hearts in their hand. Everybody's holding 1 heart, but no more than that. Ricky leads out with $30 with a pair of kings, king jack. That is a little bit behind the king queen. Carrie makes the call with the king queen, and Eddie does make the call with ace jack 5-5. That's what makes him so dangerous. He does float some hands. Now he's got ace jack. He is in the lead now. Just kidding. King on the river gives Ricky the full house. I was counting Eddie's pair of aces as the lead. However, at that point, Ricky already had kings and nines. The king on the river did give him the full house, and he leads out with $75. Eddie does make it. Carrie does make the call with 3 kings. That's a crying call because she's going to see the king 9 there, and she says good hand. She's such a good sport when she does get cooler to the point like that. She just taps the table, says good hand. I'm sure that was followed by you little turd. Judging by the laughter on the table.
Nice hand, sir.
Yes, nice hand, sir. We've got some t-shirts that say nice hand. Definitely got, I guarantee you they do have the Cowboys game going in there. We've got a lot of shotgun boards for the Cowboys game up at Kojak's tonight. All football season long, we'll be running shotgun boards for almost every single game. $20 or $50 shotgun boards. Total score combined. And then you take the last digit, and that is your point on the board. Wrong mouse. That is the point. All right, Carrie added on $500 in her stack. So this is where the action starts to get great at Kojak's. When we look at the win-loss, Joni's up 2,800, Corey's down 1,800, Eddie 1,300, Carrie's just right at almost 800 down, Kobe's 145, Rob's 60 down. But then we look at the upside, up 365, up 450, up 488. This is where the action starts to get crazy. 5 to play. Somebody's got to raise it. Action is now $30. $30. Calling 5, you're calling 30. fully suspect 7 players at the flop. Let's see if this happens. And like predicted, 7-way action going to the flop. 7-way action. $210 up for grabs. Lots of fun hands. Flop comes out Jack 3-3. Jackson's got a 3 in his hand, and he is the only one with a 3. Setting 60%, but we do have some pocket pairs that could trump that. Ricky's holding pocket 8s. Let me rephrase that. We have a pocket pair that can chop that. So Kobe leads out $125, or as we call it in West Texas, a buck and a squirt. Only person that's going to make that call is Jackson. And at that point, Kobe is going to shut it down. 5 on the hand. What do we tell you every week? 5-3 is the best hand in poker. Yes, it is.
There's another 3 for you.
Oh, and a 3 on the river. Jackson does check. Oh, Kobe's firing like he's got the 3 in his hand. Only problem when the other person's holding the nut card. We said earlier, it's hard to represent it. So Jackson's sitting here thinking, how much can I raise and get him to call? And there's no amount that Jackson can raise and get a call from this.
$0.
So at this point, you just sound cool and say pot. 1360. And he's putting his chips out there, and he doesn't even need to put them out there because Kobe's cards are going to be in the muck well before that. So Jackson does pull in a beautiful pot, $605 profit with quad 3s. Who says a 3 is no good? So Jackson increases his winnings, 2.6K sitting in his stack. Corey's got 1.9, Ricky 1.4, Billy 1.3, Rob 935, and it goes a little bit down from there. The game will continue to get bigger as we go along. We're only on hand number 11. Only on hand number 11.
I don't know if you were watching last week, Charlie, but we had quads twice in the first 4 hands.
We've already got almost $15,000 on the table. Max buy-in
Was
1,000. So that, and not everybody bought in at 1,000. So that puts possible 9,000 on the table. We've almost doubled that in 10 hands plus 11 hands. Tonight's gonna be, what's that song? Tonight's gonna be good, but we can change it. Tonight's gonna be a big night at Kojak's. So it's 25 to play now. Kerry makes the call. Eddie makes the call. Joni makes the call. If you're playing for 5, you're playing for 25. We say it all the time. But this is going to change it. Cow and a calf now on the table in front of Ricky. Cow and a calf, $150. Ace, 96, double suited. Such a beautiful looking hand. Jackson makes the call with the nut hearts. Kerry makes the call. Nope, just kidding. Kerry folds it. Eddie makes the call. Eddie's living on the edge, Bon Jovi style. 98-32. Those are the kind of hands that can crush aces in PLO. 3-way to the flop, 625 in there. Flop comes out, 8-4, Jack. All spades. Ricky flops the nuts. But everybody else is not dead. Jackson flops 2 pair. Eddie flops a pair of 8s. He's still not dead. He could hit runner for straight. He's got 2-3 in his hand. Ace or nope, just kidding. That's it. Nobody else can hit a boat. Flush is the winner. How much can he extract? Oh, Ricky checked first to act. I like it. Sneaky. Oh, but that's scary. Holding the nut flush and the board pairs. Nobody's got it. Ricky's gonna bet it like he doesn't have the flush, like he had the flop the set. Oh, Jackson's going to represent the set. Representing the set with a paired board is scary. Ricky calls, and Jackson says, caught me. Caught me. That's the great thing about Kojaks. When they lose, they're still not upset. You know, it does suck to lose a pot, lose all your chips to them. And, you know, they're laughing because that wasn't all their chips. But he said, man, just couldn't let it go. Chip count update. Joni 3.6, Jackson 2.2, Ricky 2.1. That kind of flip-flops puts Ricky right there on Jackson's heels. Corey's got 2,000, Billy 1.3. And it goes on, but one hand can change everything. We're on hand number 12. Hand number 12 at Kojak's Live in Clyde's room. Live in Clyde's room. We have to think of a great name. Live with Clyde. There it is. Live with Clyde at Kojak's Live. Moving on to hand number, I think, 12. And it is only PLO tonight, so that means the action will never, ever cease to exist. Ricky straddles it up for 10. Billy lets it go. Jackson's going to let it go. Choctaw Nuts, Jack Deuce offsuit with a 69. Kobe makes the call. I do like Kobe's hand. He's got 5-3. He is definitely 100% of the time going to win this hand. Let's get some fire in this room, in the chat. Welcome out, everybody. Thanks for coming to watch. YouTube's got more viewers. I told you 5-3 is the best hand in poker. I cannot preach that enough. 5-3 is the best freaking hand in poker. Kobe from half court flops the boat. Makes me smile. I know all y'all out there argue, but man, 5-3 is just so strong. Everybody out there watching saying, don't build Charlie's ego. 5-3 isn't as strong as you think it is. Kobe only bet $50, and it's going to go fold. Nobody's got diamonds. Everybody's scared. Ricky does make the call. He's looking for a 10. He's 10 hunting. That's the second time tonight. Quad threes. Back-to-back hands. No.
No, not back-to-back, no.
2 out of the last 3 hands have been quad threes. Kobe bets 2 hundo. And that 3 on the board makes it weird because either they have a 3 or you lose to aces, kings, queens, jacks because you've got the 5th nut at that point. 7 of hearts comes on the turn. Ricky checks. Kobe's trying to max value this. 350 is the bet. I think Ricky can let that one go, and he does. Had he had aces or kings, that might have been a little more difficult, but he did let that one go. Kobe's going to pull in a pot, $585, $290 profit. We're going to be doing a quick dealer change. No bomb pot. Hope you enjoyed our last week Big O game in here. We'll be doing more fun like that. Software can run any type of poker game that you would like to play. Looks like we've got a new travel dealer coming through, Mr. Matt, by the sound of it.
Cody.
Oh, just kidding, Cody.
All right, good luck, everyone. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's
If
talking.
y'all look so good or what?
Hey. Yeah. All right, here we go. Billy calls. Jackson raised. Kobe folds. Robert folds. Corey folds.
25?
Jackson raised.
That's what
20.
mine says at 25.
You're
Oh,
welcome. Hey, I'm going to Cotton Patch. Do y'all want anything?
What's that?
All right, so action's right back at it. I'm just going to nickname Jackson Action. That's hard for me to say, Action Jackson. But raised to 20. Kerry makes the call with ace, 10-5-5. Eddie makes the call, 7-6 deuce deuce. Those
You
hands can
have
work
Billy's
out big
first
for
cards.
you. 4 players, $85 in the pot. Flop comes out, king of hearts, jack of hearts, 4 of spades. That gives Jackson the nut flush draw. Plus, he's looking for a queen, complete a straight. I don't see the queen out in anybody's hands. He's setting 47% equity in this hand.
Or an ace for a set.
Yep, or an ace for a set. Because right now, all he truly has is a pair of aces with some draws. Eddie does make the call with 7-6 deuce deuce. He's not dead. 4% to win. 8 of diamonds on the turn. That's going to be really no help to anybody. 4, 5. Oh, so Eddie's setting at a 0% to win. So that means all the 5s are gone for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Billy does make the check. And Jackson is going to pull it in if he makes. Jackson checks. Flips over the cards. Billy's going to show pair of kings and jacks with an ace kicker. Jackson is going to show aces and jacks with a king kicker. So Ricky did lose a little bit on that last hand to Kobe. Put Kobe back up, heading towards the positive. Hand number 14 coming to you live at Kojak's. Nothing but fire here. Button setting on Billy. Billy's looking for something to happen, just kind of waiting patiently. Looks like he may be playing a little poker on a nap. Hopefully he's crushing them on there. Billy's no stranger to the higher limit games. So Jackson does have the $10 straddle out. We should run a 5 on the button with mandatory $10 straddle. That's what we should do. So 5 coming around town. 5 making its way around town. Carrie does let it go. Looks like Eddie let it go also. Joni's over to actions over to Joni. $10 straddle. Joni's got ace jack 10-9. Kind of a fun hand. No, just spades in the suit. Not a whole lot with a third nut. 5-way action. $25 in the pot. This is one of the smaller ones. Joining us in the booth right now, Mr. Brendan. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, he's back. He's doing the evil stare. Mr. Brendan, tell us a little bit about that Progressive Bounty tournament tomorrow.
Progressive Bounty tournament. So we ran it about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I think it was a success with everyone that played. Everyone that played had a great time with it. I think myself, didn't do the best job promoting it or explaining it. So now that we've done it and people understand what it is, we expect to see a nice showing tomorrow.
Well, we've got 70 viewers watching us, so
No.
I mean that's the people that are going to know about it. What's the buy-in?
So the buy-in tomorrow is
$250, right?
$250.
So each bounty is worth how much?
$50.
So what happens if I have 3 bounties and I get knocked
So it's
out?
going to be a 50% progressive.
Okay,
So
rounded up or down?
Rounded up.
Beautiful.
So if you have 3, you give 2 and keep 1.
So I mean,
If you have 5, you give 3 and keep 2.
So it pays to knock people out, to play a little more aggressive. Yes.
But at that final table, you'll see those aggressive people not want to
Give up
away.
yes.
So now other aggressive players can take advantage
Oh,
of
I
that.
like that.
So there is multiple facets of the mind games and the strategy involved in just this one
Oh,
tournament.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Each bounty's $50. So if you knock someone out with 10 bounties in their hand, you just picked up a $500 bill.
You picked up 5 of those. That is correct.
Oh, 5. Sorry, not a $250 bill.
$250.
Yeah, sorry. I'm pretending they're $100.
We did price this aggressively, so everybody can come out and take a turn, or
Okay.
if you want to rebuy, you're more than welcome to.
I noticed the price point is $30 less than our normal bounty tournament, so that does open the door for a lot more. That's a new word. More better. A lot of players to come out and take a couple shots at it.
Yeah. So we've been we expect a good one tomorrow. Today, our 120 tournament, we had 40 people.
5,000 in the prize pool and
Yeah.
a 3,000 guarantee.
It's great. I mean, we've done that the last few weeks, so the tournaments here have been really good. And then again, the cash games right after. We've been running 3 cash games all day, which again, for anyone watching, knows that that's a lot of tables for a little place like ourselves.
So
And the action is fast and furious.
I changed the name of it tonight from Live in Clyde's Room to Live with Clyde.
I like it.
Live with Clyde. And I want you to take a look at this statistic up on the board. Chip count. Joni's 4 extra buy-in. Jackson 2.3, Corey 1.9, Ricky 1.9, Billy 1.2. We started with almost 9 on the table. We've got almost 17,000 on the table sitting there, just that. But look at this. Look at the VPIP. We're just gonna flip it up. Eddie 85%, Joni 78, Carrie 71, Ricky 71, Billy 64. We've got one person below a 50% voluntarily put in pot.
And I would say by the end of the night, Corey will lead this.
Okay, well let's talk about that. Let's look at pre-flop raise. Just playing to it.
All right.
All right, aggression frequency.
Look at these stats we have.
I know, right?
This is too much fun.
Oh man, it's crazy. So we've got a new travel dealer coming through here, Mr. Matt. He's in the booth with us. Matt, how many places have you seen crazy action like at Kojak's?
Never.
Never. And how many places have you dealt before? How many states have you dealt in? Let's try that.
4.
4 states?
Just coming off
Probably
the World
Vegas,
Series.
right?
Just coming off the World Series.
All right, just coming out of the World Series. You will. So our players tend to do very well when they go out to the World Series of Poker. We had 6 people cash. 1 person runs super deep. We had at the World Series circuit in Choctaw, we had 1 player finish second. We had 3 players make final tables. It's a different breed of poker here, isn't it? I mean, they're in it to win it at all points of the game.
It's not small ball.
No, it's not small ball. We have a saying every time I'm in the booth. If you're playing for 5, you're playing for 50 pre-flop. I mean, you have 9 players call the 5. 1 person's going to raise it up $45. You're going to have 8 people right behind that say, I call. You got $520 in the pot. Flop comes out 6 of diamonds, jack of diamonds, 4 of hearts. Only 1 person is holding diamonds, and we got $500 in the pot. Bet of 100 from a person holding king jack. And ace 6 is going to make the call.
Rob.
So, yeah.
The 2 pair and got drawn out on the ace.
Second.
Yeah, the Ace on the River. I mean, whose book is that? Ace on the River. Barry Greenstein?
Barry Greenstein.
Yeah, Barry Greenstein's Ace on the River. That shows how distraught a face can leave you. He looks upset by that.
Yeah, I was talking to a regular player last night about the amount of money and the buy-ins.
A regular player? You must not have been here.
Yeah, and it's funny that we have all our games, predominantly all of our games are 5 on the button.
200, 800.
And it sounds smaller. And I compare it to, if I'm looking back at the casinos where I used to work, quite honestly, a 10-10 no limit game.
So
I'm
that's funny.
I'm jumping 1-3, 2-5, 5. I'm jumping all of those because a 10-10 buy-in is max 3,000.
Right.
And these guys are rebuying for 6,000.
Right.
Any given night, any given hand. And I'm trying to make it make sense to myself because I am an avid player, but I play the low stakes because I like to do it for fun.
You're right. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 5.
There is no low stakes.
No. So the way I like to describe this game to a brand new player or a dealer that comes through here is I say $200 to $800 buy-in, 5 on the button. It's similar to a 1-2 Mississippi straddle. Remove the small and big blind. For the first hand of the night, it plays like a 1-2. From the second hand to about the 20th hand, it plays like a 1-3, a large 1-3. And for the rest of the night, it plays like a 2-5 until after midnight. Then it plays like a 5-10.
5-10, 10-10, or even bigger. I mean, it really is. And it depends on obviously the players and the other that, but I can tell you right now, Ricky and Corey closed this place last night, and there were some stacks. There were some stacks between them.
Well, they've been passing around a few chips here. So here we go. Basic at Kojak's. If you're calling 5, you're calling 35. 7-way action. 245 in the pot. Flop comes out 4 of spades, 7 of spades, queen of diamonds. So we're looking at spades. Eddie's holding the nut flush. Ricky's holding the third flush. And we have a set of 7s in Billy's hand.
Oh, aces with a nut flush against a set. We're seeing some action here. We're going to see some stuff.
So pocket pair-wise, we have 5s in the hand, 8 in the hand, aces in the hand, 7s in the hands, 3 in the hands. And, I mean, it's incredible the amount of action that you see here. So we've got a check actions on Eddie. He leads out with 100, and this is where the action changes a little bit. Just kidding. Eddie did not lead out with 100.
He did.
Ricky bet 100. Billy raises to 645. Jackson folds.
Yeah, we're not skinny either.
Kobe
It's
folds.
gonna get down to Eddie and Billy here. And Billy has to avoid, and Eddie has to hit. Very simple. A red ace would be a sneaky card here. A red ace would be a sneaky card.
Yes. Carrie has let her cards go.
Who's all in?
Eddie is all in. $340 in the middle of the pot. Ricky does let it go. So now we're going to have heads up action all in. Ace, ace, king, 6 with a nut spades and a set of 7s. One time for all's the money. King on the turn and a jack on the river does not pair the board, so the nut flush is going to take her home.
Through.
Billy's looking at his hand saying, how can I miss this?
Miss it. He just needed to hold up. But lots of action. Absolutely.
We got 2 games, a round of each going out there and a no limit hold'em, right?
The round of each is again crazy because they're doing a round of bomb
What are they
pots,
playing? Okay.
Round of
What-
PLO.
what type of bomb
What
pots?
Is it bomb pots and PLO?
It's 4-card pot.
Yeah, they're just gambling.
So like our t-shirt says, I'm just here for the pot.
Just here
They
for
want the
pot.
bomb. They want to say pot.
Got some new shirts in. Shirts
All
have
chips
been-
matters.
All chip matters. I mean,
We've seen Carrie. We've been talking about that. All chips matter, even the $5 chips at Kojak's. But they have to be stacked in 20s
there you go.
and 100s.
Yeah.
So, and I think next week we should run a 5 on the button, whatever game we want to run, but it should be a mandatory 10 because every hand they've straddled tonight.
Good for Chris, making him work, making our IT guy work a little tonight. Chris did a great job on. We had some snafus week 1 with the new room,
All fixed.
and look at that. Chris comes in here, fixes everything up, and the players are loving the room. They like the privacy.
We got the Cowboys on in there, right?
We're trying.
Oh, it's blacked out.
It's blacked out,
Oh, crap.
so no one's gonna go on tilt by watching the Cowboys.
No, I mean, if
0-0 was the first, so we had 4 winners in our pools.
oh, you're having to pay all that out. I apologize.
I don't know where the money is.
It's staple. So on the right side of the register, it's stapled to the back of each
You
mention.
you split it with Josh on one of them.
That was the big one. That was 125. That was the $50. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only is 5-3 and carries the greatest hand in poker, Charlie just won half of $125. All right, gentlemen, thanks for stopping by. That was Mr. Matt and Brennan, Kojak's manager. All right, here we go. You're playing for 5. You're playing for 20. Now you're playing for 70. Billy's going to make the call. So what are we setting? 4-way action, $295 beautiful dollars setting in the pot. Queen, queen, 6-5, 10-9, 83. King, queen, jack 4, king 8, 8-6. That's what we're going up against. A lot of queens out. 3 of the 4 I see in the hands right here. Same with the 8s, 3 of the 4. And we're talking about a lot of queens being out. And of course a queen comes on the flop. So Joni flops 2 pair, queen 4. Corey flops a set of queens. We've got spades out there, but nobody's holding spades in their hand. Everybody checks her around.
We lost the camera.
Oh yeah, yeah. Very good, that's right. It's 305 total?
No mustard? You want mayonnaise and ketchup?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Mayo and ketchup?
Heads up.
We are now heads up, 7 up. Set of queens is going to take it down, but that's still a scary board to bet it on. Jack 10 gets there. Spades get there. Maybe he's trying to entice a bet out of Eddie with that sneaky check. And Eddie's just going to check. And Corey, that's not the move Corey wanted. He's going to flip over a set of queens and pull in the $905.
I let him I'm still not winning. And I like him. Or did it? I believe in you.
All right, Stratum.
So as becoming the normal, 5 on the button PLO is turned into a $5 on the button with a $10 mandatory straddle. As you can see, Harry's enjoying some cards and a massage. That's the life right there. King 7-7 deuce straddled for 10. She'll get last action pre-flop. Action moves over to Eddie. He calls. Having a couple technical difficulties with the new cameras. We are working on it as we speak. So we'll get the action back to you as soon as we can on that particular camera. So Eddie did raise it up. How much was the raise? Okay, Eddie raised 55, Chris. Oh, Billy. Okay, so Corey re-raised to 190.
The good old days. Just a battle on a live stream.
Ricky Fold.
195.
195. All right, heads up. Billy checks, Corey checks. Billy checks, Corey checks. Billy checks. Shake flush. Check. Okay, Billy. Yeah, they might not do good at football. They have a really nice stadium.
They have a damn nice stadium. We went to one of those suites one time.
All right, Stratum.
That was badass. To Dennis's dad and his my brother-in-law.
All right, so we've nailed down our technical difficulty. We'll have it fixed in just one moment. Cameras will be back up in just one moment. Battery did die. I'll take the blame for that one. We forgot to plug her in and charge her up.
Just have to do his dad's number too.
Corey raises to 50. Eddie, Kerry folds. Eddie calls. Jackson calls. Rudy calls. Rudy calls. Jackson calls.
And that right there was a crying call by Jackson. I mean, at that point, you can't really not put it in. So he does make the call. 6-way action going to the flop. Flop comes out 7 of spades, king of clubs, queen of diamonds. First action is on Eddie. leads out with $100. $100 makes her holler at this point. It doesn't make Joni holler because she's reaching. Ricky does make the call. Billy lets her go. Action's over to Action Jackson.
Three players.
So three-way action. King 7 4 3 versus Ace King Queen 5 versus King Queen, and that's tricky. All in announced by Eddie with King 7. He is dominated with King Queen King Queen. So a 10 on the turn would mean a chop pot. Right now it's a chop pot. We had one King Queen fold. Action is now on Ricky. Ricky's got top two pair. And Ricky does let it go. Great move by Eddie. Great move, showing some high pressure right there. Representing Jack 10 at that point. Pulls in a pot, $455 extra dollars going in his pocket. Brings his stack up to $1.3 thousand. Kobe's got 460, Carrie 465, Billy 635, Rob 675. Then from there, 1.3, 1.6, all the way up to Joni's got a massive stack sitting in front of her. And this is the difference between certain players, aggressive players, and I'm not going to call Joni a passive player, but she's a cautious player. If you give that kind of stack to Jade, she's going to just pound every hand with it and put maximum pressure. You have to have it to call. And Miss Joni's just going to sit there and let you bury yourself. She's just going to call along and just let you dig your own grave. I love it. I love to see it. Five on the button. Miss Joni's under the gun. She did not elect to straddle this hand. So Joni calls the 5. I think that might be the first hand we had without a straddle. How much? Thank you. Jackson's going to raise her up to $30. Five-way action. Five-way action. Flop comes out 10 of hearts, 9 of spades, deuce of spades. A lot of spades been coming out on the flop
Do you have
tonight.
everybody spread their cards again?
Could everybody please spread your cards again?
Again.
Everybody. 155.
All right, we got all the cards up on the reader. Turn card comes out 4 of hearts, 2 spades on the board. And I don't see anybody with hearts or, well, we got Ricky with a 10 high flush draw possibility in his hand. Billy bets 155 with 10-4. Roger that. Good buddy. Jackson does make the call with Ace Queen 8-3. Maybe setting up a play on Billy. Joni's going to let it go. Action is now over on Ricky. Looks like he's possibly counting some chips out. And he does make the call with 10-4. We got 2 10-4s. 2 good buddies. Jackson could be looking for a spade or a heart to make a move. There's a heart. Let's see if he does make the move. Ricky's going to be first to act. Billy's got the check mark with a straight, so it's going to be hard to make a big move. Billy does check it. Jackson's going to lead out with 3 cows, 1 calf. $350. $300. So Billy pulls it in. No, Billy folds. I didn't even expect to see that. I looked down at the chat for 1 second. I expected Billy to make the snap. Jackson did exactly what we thought he was going to do. Play the spade or heart on the river if it came. It came for him, and he pounded it. We got a straddle to 10 from Mr. Ricky, and we've got a double straddle from Billy, it looks like. Oh, so we got a 4 straddle out there, 10, 20, and 40. So the bring-in is going to be $40 now. Action is on Kobe, $40 to play, and it's now an aggressive table. He's still waiting on some cards. He hadn't made up his mind what he'd like to do. So Kobe does fold. Rob folds. Action is now on Corey. Queen 10, 7, 6. He said, "Raise it up. Let's make it a buck straight. 100 is the new action." Should be an auctioneer. Do I hear 150? 150. Anybody got 150? Carrie's gonna make a fold.
Oh, she called.
Nope, she called. Just kidding. She's got the Roger that good buddy. Action is now on Mr. Eddie.
Eddie, could you put shred your cards?
Come on, man. I mean, come on. Are you just like stalling for the camera now? All that for a fold.
All right, Eddie does make the fold. Joni lets it go. The $10 straddle is going to let it go. Now we're on the 20 straddle. He makes the call for the 100, and now we're over to the $40 straddle. He says call.
Up to a $40 straddle.
Yeah, up to a 40. Three-way action. Two of the straddlers and Corey. Flop comes out. Ace of diamonds, 6 of diamonds, 8 of hearts. So Jackson flops 2 pair, ace 6. Billy flops 4 diamonds with the third nut. Jack of hearts on the turn. Second possibility for hearts out there. Billy leads out with $415. Carrie's counting chips. That's always dangerous when Carrie's counting chips with cards in front of her.
415. That's about how far I drive the ball. In
Yeah.
Golf.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, any golf fans out there? September 19th.
Oh, that's what I was hoping you were going to do.
September 19th, we are going to be having a golf outing.
Can we call it a celebrity golf outing since we'll be there?
Absolutely. Sponsored by Kojak's. Now, here's a few things.
What do you mean sponsored by Kojak's?
Well, it's our name.
All right. All right. I didn't know. I didn't.
We're footing the bill.
I didn't know if you were going to throw a poker tournament with it.
Okay, so I tell you what, because we are a poker room, and we do have a lot of golf.
I'm gonna pause you for 1 second. All in by Billy for 415. All in by Carrie for 335 more. Jackson calls the 415. Corey calls the 415.
Holy cow.
We got a pot brewing here.
Holy cow!
1.7K, a little more than that in the middle.
And no one's holding the nuts right now.
Yeah, everybody's holding draws.
Everyone's drawing.
Except for Jackson. Jackson's got 2 pair, A6.
Beauty of this game, right? But there's no straight, no flush, no
Yeah,
full house
no-
done. So they're all hoping,
Hoping and praying.
and let's see what happens.
Welcome to Kojak.
I
Watch,
can't- I
watch it
can't
be a
even-
black deuce.
I don't even know what the heck we're trying to look for.
Oh, there's the diamonds. Diamonds got there.
The
Diamonds got there.
Who had the diamonds?
Billy Bob
Billy
Thornton has the
scooped it
diamonds.
all? Oh wait, we have a side action,
Billy goes all in.
and that's gonna take it.
Jackson folds. He went from Action Jackson to Jackson Hewitt with that fold. Carrie had $20 more, so she does make the call. And we see the diamond flush
And there
out
it
there.
is. Oh, she hit the straight. That's why. Ugh.
Ugh.
So again, that golf tournament's gonna be on Monday,
Okay.
September 19th.
Mark your calendar, September 19th. What time?
We are starting at 8 o'clock.
Whoo! I got to request that day off.
Eight. We'll see if we can get you that off. 8 o'clock registration. Believe it's going to be at 9 o'clock tea time. It's going to be par better. We are going to have a bunch of different games throughout the course, and the best part of it is that we are going to take all of the funds and we are going to divide it up. Half is going to go to the prize pool on the golf course in terms of gifts and things of this nature, and the other is going to go back here to a free roll for all those who have played throughout the
So
day.
you're saying you can't play the tournament unless you play the golf
You
tournament.
gotta play the golf tournament to come back to Kojak's, and it's a nice free roll.
All right,
We
so
are
hey, side
expecting-
bets?
What's that?
Side bets?
There's going to be side bets. There's going to be Calcuttas. There's going to be stuff on the course.
Gary coming
We are
back?
going to build this up. Anyone that wants to sponsor this event, go ahead and let us know. And we are expecting a great time. We're expecting to have this be a great time.
How many players did you say?
So, I'm sorry, it's going to be a 4-man scramble, best ball. You can buy mulligans if you want, but again, it's par better. So if you're hitting bogey, pick it up. We're moving on. We want to get this in and out so we can get back to the club. And again, you don't need to be a member to play that free roll. So if you're listening to this, or if you have some friends that are going to play in your team and they want to come back for that free roll, by all means, come on in. No charge at all for you to play the free roll.
That's
If you want to stick
awesome.
around, well then obviously we'd love to be you to become a member. But otherwise,
So
yeah,
no daily charge, no nothing.
on the free roll,
Yeah.
come on in.
Oh, that's great. So we're not only giving them something to do on a Monday, golf and poker. We're gonna give them free access to the club for the day.
Hey Matt, I need to
Yes,
know all the
indeed.
action.
Yes, indeed. So, husbands, tell your wives you're out for the day.
Call your wives,
Tell
hide your
them
girlfriend,
the
hide your
entire
wives.
day. Entire day.
Because we're going to play golf, we're going drinking, and we're going to play some poker.
Absolutely. And again, we have there's some things up the sleeve that we're not going to release just yet, but I guarantee you it's going to be a great time. You're going to see some things out on that course that
You can't talk about.
can't really talk about.
It's like Vegas.
I mean, yeah, what stays on the golf course stays on the golf course.
I like that. So let me ask this other question. I'm going to change a little subject. Octobers are usually very big months for us. Have we planned anything for October?
You know what? So, looking at the schedules around the area, we know that the Lodge is having a tournament. We know Choctaw is having some big tournaments. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, in between everything, start of October, let's say October 3rd through the 16th, I think that's a great time to have a 2-week series.
Whew, the Permian
And
Basin Poker Series coming to town?
Permian Basin Poker Series. We have the schedule
Did you just
that
say
is
900
just
behind on
done,
Seat 5?
and we will be releasing that on Monday.
What does his stack look like?
Take a look, book your trips, book your hotels. We are going to have some great action. Something we normally don't do. We're going to have a 30,000 guarantee, a 60,000 guarantee. Depends on the tournaments, but we're looking forward to it. The last few series have been absolutely tremendous. Man, I was looking back, and again, folks, if you're not familiar with us, we are a rather smaller room, smaller size, and I think the average first place last series was about 7,000-8,000. That's average. We have $200 tournaments.
So you're talking
So-
the average over all of them, right?
Over all the tournaments.
Oh,
Now the
man.
big one, we did have.
But we're going to have two big ones this
We
week.
have two
A
big
main
ones
and a
this one.
mini main type.
And we have our super high roller is bigger than normal. So, but we also still have the smaller events.
So
We're
what are
running-
we looking at price range from all the tournaments? Floor, the ceiling, and the average.
Okay, so the great thing is we're opening this up on Monday, where we're not usually open, and we are going to be running satellites all day. $50
to whatever
satellites,
tournament they wanna go
$100
into?
satellites, and we're going to be giving away all those into the tournaments. We're also going to be doing it at night, 8 o'clock every night. We're going to be doing satellites. So if you want to buy, $50, that can get you into the super high roller. Where the super high roller, they're taking home $15,000, $16,000.
Are we looking at only no limit hold'em games? Are we looking at some mixed games?
Yeah. So if you're
It's all
familiar-
tentative right now, but I'm just out of curiosity.
Our schedule is pretty much booked, right? So we
Oh,
just
I'd
have
love to hear that.
We just have to dot the I's and cross the T's. But we have a PLO tournament, we have a Big O tournament, and backed by popular demand, and I suppose I need to put my belt up on the line for the tag
Oh,
team.
no.
The tag team will be back.
Man, I heard a nobody
So,
on that last time, a newbie.
So me and we now call her book bag or backpack because she sat on my back and we did pretty well. But during that tag team, the best part of it is that cash game that's going on at the same time, and you can swap in and out. The
Share
only-
stack on cash also?
Share, so
Ooh.
absolutely. So I think we're the only team to ever win the tournament and lose money, and that's what you can do here.
That's because you were playing the tournament and
You know,
your partner may have been playing cash,
My
right?
partner is a little aggressive, and but we had a great time. Wouldn't change it for the world.
No, that picture on the wall and that trophy is everything. Hey, quick look at the chip count. Joni 3.5, Jackson 2.5, Corey 2.4, Ricky 1.4, 1.3, 750, 600, 460, and Kobe down in the cellar at 430. But the thing about this is 4-way action, 430. All of a sudden you have almost 2K in your stack.
Yeah.
Nobody
Very,
goes
very-
heads up.
Yeah, and one thing, especially down here at Kojak's, and obviously with this game, one hand gets you back. You might be stuck 2, 3, 4,000. Guess what? One orbit and you can be back. And that is the
So
truth.
as you say that, let's look at the stat. Corey lost. We're going to say Corey went down 2,000 in the first 4 hands. He was down 2K. So we take a quick look at this.
Okay, that was
Corey's down 1.3. He's already back out of the cellar $700.
right.
That's the
Look at
cumulative.
Joni. Joni chopped, well, really took most of it for the tournament today, and is now just rolling that into this.
So let's roll it back to Tuesday. Joni won the freeze out.
Yes.
Joni chopped the freeze out on Wednesday.
The survivor.
Yeah, the survivor. Thursday, she was up. She made the cash. Friday, we didn't have a tournament. She played cash.
She's having a good week.
Slaughtered it, and then today she takes the heavy end of the chip chop.
She's having a good week. And we got, oh, that's no surprise, 7-way. 7-way to the flop. All right. Anyway, I just want to tell you guys about that golf outing. We will have information on that. Stop on by, get your teams together. If you don't have a team and you're going to single, by all means, we're going to form teams. We'll fit you in. Don't be afraid to come out if you don't have a team. And like I said, we'll have more information on that on our website, on our social media. We'll be posting that. As well as the series. So we have a lot of, so my social media guys this week are going to be very busy. So make sure you keep an eye out and enjoy the rest of this action.
Live with Clyde.
I like it.
So save a date.
September 19th.
September
Monday
19th.
morning,
Monday morning. Save a date.
October 3rd through the 16th.
So you might as well just take 2 weeks off work in October.
I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Oh wait, no I'm not. Maybe after.
You're taking off for the PLO. You're taking off maybe for the Big O.
The PLO for sure. Someone's going to have to work that PLO and the tag team. That's day 2 though, so.
So look at this pot of $805. Billy has 420 of his dollars tied up in that. Raise all in by Kobe.
So
And this is the Kojak's guess his hand. What do you think he has? I think he has Queen 10 with a set of
Can I get a count on
jacks.
Was 750. Check full, and then
Did they run it twice?
Yes, he didn't know. So, King's full on the bottom and Jacks up top. So it is going to be an evenly chopped pot. So as you heard from Mr. Brendan, huge action coming from Kojak's in the next couple of months. September, October are going to be busy months for us. September we do have, September the 19th we do have that golf scramble. If you find a 4-man team, or if you're like me, find 3 ringers and yourself, and going to have long drive prizes. Going to have closest to the pin. Going to have, like you said, little buy your own teams, anything like that. Going to have all kinds of action for you out there.
fold.
So we are going to take just a quick one-hand break real quick. We got to handle something out on the floor, but we'll be back to you in about 2 minutes.
Johnny Folds.
Miss Johnny Folds.
Johnny folds. Call 10. Fold. Fold. Raise. Make it 50. By Corey. Call 50 by Carrie.
Call 50.
Call 50 by Eddie.
I call.
Call 50 by Ricky. Call 50 by Cody. 5 players. Check by Corey. Check by Carrie. Bet 100 by Eddie. Fold. Fold and call 100 by Corey. Call 100 by Carrie. 3 players.
Pot.
550 by Carrie.
I call.
Call 550 by Eddie. Fold by Corey. Heads up to the river.
All in.
All in by Carrie. Call.
You got tens full?
I got something full.
You have
It's 8.
8 queens.
You got it full. Oh,
Eight's full of threes.
And you have 8 3 for higher for hearts.
What
You have
happened?
her covered. She has you covered.
I'm gonna lie like this now.
Run broke.
Hurry up.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Are you done, sir?
Yeah. Thank you.
Eddie?
Mm-hmm.
Seat open in the last ring. Thank you very much.
I was scared. Thought he had something better.
That'd be scary.
All right, so we're back to action. Button's going to move back over to Mr. Rob. That puts Corey under the gun, and we know what Corey's doing under the gun as Carrie's stacking up all the chips. Sorry we missed that hand. Carrie's stacking up a ton of chips right there. She got 3/4 of a full barrel of black there. That's almost 2K.
Is she at like 3,200 now?
Look at that, looking all nonchalant, just stacking up those chips, not even smiling. It's strictly business tonight. She said, Joni, you can't have the chip lead. I'm coming for you. 10 to play for Miss Carrie. I bet you she's calling ATC right here. After you win a big one, you got to keep the rush going. Nope, no, she's not calling.
Yep, she's
Oh,
calling.
she called. Oh, I saw her still grabbing chips. That got me excited for a moment. All right, raise it up to 50.
Okay.
So raise to 15, not 50. Sorry about that. I get excited sometimes. I hear fitting, and I think it's fitty. So Jackson makes the call. All right, 5-way to the flop. 5-way to the flop. So 260 is the action. Carrie leads out with, sorry, Corey bets 50. Call 50, call 50. So now action is 260. And everybody folds. Carrie's going to take it down with Jack 9. I mean, flop comes out 9, Jack 9. Why not bet it like you got it because you're holding it all.
Blackjack 9, 2, 4,
Come over here.
rainbow.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I had just any suit at all, I would have called. It's just,
Watch
if I'm
it now,
running so
don't be
bad,
picking
even
on
when I
the
call
stars.
2 pocket pairs double suited that are in 2
Get
gamma
back.
range, I don't catch anything, so I didn't know what I wanted.
Yeah, that's quite fine.
I have noticed in this game that the flop up to you gets the best hand.
Oh, yeah.
How much you have behind it? 7.
Robin's in the game. Seat number 2 comes in the game. Has a chip stack of 2,000 city dollars. 20 city. Poker's so sick, as Basil always says. Poker's so sick.
Corey?
So Robin sits down seat number 2, 2060 in a sack. And first hand, I don't even know if he's looked at his cards. If he did, he would have raised, but he raised as much as he could. He said, let's pot it. 20 is the new action. All right, action's on Mr. Billy, King Jack 10-5. Unsuited, we call that Skittles around here. He says, 20's good for me, I'll play. Looks like Billy may have been hitting the gym lately. He's carrying some guns in here. Jackson does let it go. Kobe and Corey both make the call. Six-way action, $120 in the pot. Flop comes out 7, 9 of spades, 6 of hearts. Corey flops the open-ended straight flush draw. He's also the only one with spades. Looking for 8, 10, 5, 8 in anybody's hand. Don't see it anywhere. All the 8s are sitting in Kobe's hand, Rob's hand, and Corey's hand. So it looks like Corey leads out with a hundo with that straight flush draw. He's hoping he hits that straight flush and somebody's holding the ace flush high. So everybody does make fold. He gets no action like he wanted on that. So just want to give y'all a live update on the best team in football, and they are getting crushed right now, 17-0. Oh, man. I was really hoping I could give you a better score than that for all the Cowboys fans out there. They are losing 0-17. Denver scored 17 points in the second quarter. So it looks like we've got a double straddle out here. So Robin says 10. Not sure if Joni's... Nope, Joni didn't say the 20. It looks like we got a sleeper straddle further down the table, so it's 10 to play right now. Ten of hearts will not be coming. It will be your first burn card. We do need Robin to spread his cards. Thank you. And the dealer calls out raised by Sick Duck. Billy's online alias is usually Sick Duck, and that's what it's in the system as. So he said raised by Duck. Four-way action. Billy bets the pot $145. 145 for Robin to call. He does lay it down. Ricky lays it down, and Billy's a master at picking up those small pots. He knew he had all the 7 blockers, so he's going to play it like he's holding it. Which in this case, he was definitely 100% holding it. V-Pip, Robin. Been there for one hand. 100%. I bet anybody in the chat that he cannot keep that up till the end of the stream.
I've seen Robin play. You might be surprised.
Very true. So I retract that live stream bet. Joni gonna look down under the gun. No straddle this hand. Usually these are the hands that get the biggest because people are able to sneak in there with some poopy cards. That's right. We said poopy on live stream. Joni's elected not to play Ace King 4-3 with the nut hearts. She cray. Give anybody else that hand, they're going to pot it. They're going to say pot, pot, pot. So everybody's in for 5. We've got a raise to 35 by Robin. If you're calling 5, you're calling 35 at Kojak's. Call 35, call 35, call 35, call 35. I'm going to go ahead and be the auctioneer out here. So we've got 6-way action. $210. Flop comes out. King of spades, queen of spades, 8 of clubs. King, queen, 8. Queen 8 for Robin setting in his hand. King, queen setting in Billy's hand. Checks around 4 hearts on the turn. 210 is the new action by Mr. Robin. Welcome to the table with that VPIP of 100%. And Billy says, no, we're not playing for 210. We're playing for 840. Give Billy some chips. He gets dangerous on the table. He's playing 2 hands of poker right now. Probably 3 hands of poker. He's playing 2 games. It's amazing how these guys can keep up. He's probably playing 5-card high-low on his phone. 4-card high here. So we are now heads up, and Robin's looking down at Queen 8, and he says it's no good. I do let it go. I'm going to enjoy my bubbas and let Billy pull that in. 1.3K heading towards Billy. $385 profit. Chip count, Billy's up to 3.2, Joni 3.5, Jackson and Corey both at 2.4, carry 2K. Robin sitting at 1.8. So, as the dealer just announced, we've got a straddle up to 40 already. We've got Ricky 10, Billy 20, Jackson 40. Action on over to Carrie. She's going to look down. She puts a card protector on. That usually means she's calling the 40. Robin with aces and nut clubs. He says, how much is in the pot? Because I think I'm going to bet the pot. 195 is the action.
Did you have...
Pot yet, so.
Jackson does let it go. 195 is the action. Carrie's thinking about it. We're pre-flop here. Remember, pre-flop, 195, $445 in the pot pre-flop.
On a 5 on the button game.
Yeah, on a 5 on the button game.
PLO.
Pielo. Flop comes out 10 of hearts, 8 of hearts, king of diamonds. Carrie hits one pair there, which could get her in trouble. But if Robin pots it right here, Carrie's gone. So Robin bets the pot $445. He's going to show the American Airlines. Lets her know that she was behind at that point. So, chip count 3.5 all the way down to 325. Kobe's in he's in the danger seat. He's in the hot seat, we'll call it. He's time for him to make a move, triple up. One more double up after that triple up, and he's sitting well off. Welcome to the table, Mr. Warren, ladies and gentlemen. Joni's been pretty quiet after raking in those early chips. Of course, we got the double straddle going on. So let's look at that V-pip, take a peek at it. Joni's 50. She's still 8 out of 9 players are over 50%. That is crazy. That shows you right there. That statistic shows you how much.
And even Rob is almost at 40, and he's a guy that doesn't play doesn't play hands.
Right. I mean, that is just absolutely crazy. Let's take a quick look while the dealer's shuffling up. We've got 3 winners at the table. 3 of them almost over 1,000. One of them 2.5. Corey and Carrie both digging themselves out of their hole. So here we go. Straddle, Billy 10, double straddle, Jackson 20.
I like it, but fat and go sleep on it. I'm always out.
7017.
C2 raises to 260.
And just like that, 5 on the button with a $20 straddle. We've got seat number 2 raising it up 200. Oh, he's got American Airlines twice. Skittles for the suits. Seat 5 makes the call. So Billy does make the call. Corey makes the call. A lot of ace, king, queen. Well, man, Carrie makes the call. I like Carrie's hand after seeing everyone else's hand. Flop comes out 9, Jack 8. Skittles for the flop, looking for queen 10. That's sitting in Billy's hand. He's sitting with a mammoth 83% to win this hand. 800 is the bet. He's not even going to hide what he has at this point. So I'll tell you, C2 folds. He was looking for a 10 for the king high straight. Billy pulls it in. And as I described earlier, Billy is a master of picking up the littler pots like that. When I say little, it had 200 per player in it, but he is a master of picking that up. And he is now your new chip leader at the table. $4K sitting in front of him. $4,000 sitting in front of him at that table. We were looking at him a while ago. He had $665. That's how fast. He didn't even add on. That's how fast the stack can change. Counting out those beautiful blacks. All right, so we've got a sleeper straddle out there. 20. Jackson is going to make it 10 to play. Both Kobe and Rob are going to get the choice if they want to call the 10. If they call the 10, the 20 is dead.
Jackson first this time.
C7 calls, C8 calls. C9 calls. C1 calls.
Alrighty, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Nobody's got the best hand in poker, which is 5-3. Are we going to have a 9-way action? All right, why not? Why not? Let's put $90 in the pot. Let's all play a single board bomb pot. 9-way action. Welcome to Kojak's, where folding is not an option. Flop comes. I told you before it came out. Why is nobody playing with 5-3? 5-3 is a monster. Except when somebody holds queen 5 in this point, which they are, and they also have spades. Corey's got a pretty good hand at this point. However, clubs. His clubs are trumped by Rob's clubs. Rob's got the biggest, baddest clubs of them all, the ace jack. Corey says, let's pot her up. Or sorry, not pot her up, but raise it up to 200. Bet of 150 by Rob. Rob with a nut flush draw. Sorry, bet 90. Excuse me. Corey says, let's play for 2 bills. Carrie's gonna let it go. Rob's gonna let it go. Ricky's gonna let it go. Joni's gonna let it go. Billy has a massive hand. 2, 4, 6. So any ace, 2, 4, 6, 7. That's not a club is the winner, and that's the only reason he hadn't repotted it at this point is because he doesn't have any clubs except for the deuce in his hand. And look at that. With a hand that big, he was setting 63% to win that hand. He's not going to waste the $200. That's the difference between an experienced player and a newbie. So, heads up action. 2 pair versus the nut draw. 7 of spades on the turn does not help that. That would have completed Billy's straight. That made Corey's hand get even stronger. He went from king 5 to king 7. Oh, what's going to happen here? Corey says 490. Rob does let it go. Corey pulls in $280 profit on that hand. Where else can you make $280? Not in an hour, but in 2 minutes. Kojak's. That's what we're talking about. Kojak's is action.
If you're me, the strip club.
Yeah, they can do that. So, did I hear straddle again? Kobe is straddling. Kobe's looking for a spot right here to get all of his chips in. He's only setting with 315. He's looking, for a decent big hand, something to get her in with.
I'm a little surprised that Corey didn't throw out a sleeper there.
Right. He still has a chance. He hadn't looked at his cards, and the last card's not out.
Calls, 6 calls, 7 calls, 8 calls, 9 calls, 1 call. 5 cards. Seven check, 8 check, 9 check.
All right, so here we go. I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
1 bet split.
I mean, action's just flying, as you can tell by the tracker. Can't even keep up with it. 5-3 sitting in this hand. Robin called that and hit that deuce on the turn because 5-3 is the greatest hand in poker history.
7 calls.
It wins 100% of the time, except when it gets beat.
1 call. 4 play.
4-way action. Robin looking for a deuce. Jack on the turn. Jack of clubs on the turn puts a possible club draw out there. Nobody's holding them clubs.
1 bet split, 2 calls.
So, Carrie leads out with $150. Robin snapped that call. He looks disinterested in the hand. So, Carrie leads out with 50. Robin makes the call. Kobe makes the call. 3 on the turn. 5-3 is the best hand in poker because it just won, even though the 5 doesn't play. 9-3, 2 pair. It's going to go check, 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 and 9-3 is going to be the winner chicken dinner. We'll call it 9-5-3. We'll let the 5 sit in there just because of how strong 5-3 is.
– 23% of the time, it wins every time.
Yes.
Oh, Robin is raising 71% of the pre-flops.
Oh man.
Not only is he in for 100% or close to it, he's also raising most of those.
Sleeper straddle. Very nice.
So we've got a sleeper button sitting in seat number 8, seat number 7, seat number 8, elected not to straddle. He looks like he's added on some chips. Looks like he's got about 8. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like he's got about 8, 10 sitting in his stack. Oh, hey, we're opening up another cash game table at Kojak's. Another cash game table. Rob's got one of the worst hands, so the straddle's going to stand. And as you can see right there, he's a little frustrated with that. 3-10 sitting in your hand is not fun.
Straddle. One call. Two call. Two call. Five call. 6 hold. 7 call. 9 check. 6 call.
Excuse me. Like I said again, 5-3, best hand in poker. But in this case, pocket fives looks pretty good. Nobody's got 2-4, but we do see a 4-6 in Corey's hand. Flopping a set of fives is no fun when there's an ace on the board. So Billy's gonna call 60. Oh man, good golly, $360 in the pot. 5-way action going to the turn. Everybody's got a little piece of it. 2 clubs out there. We got the nut clubs. We've got the third club. Jack of spades on the turn. Jack of spades on the turn. Billy's still setting 50% to win this hand, but nobody's dead. Robin leads out with $260. Billy is going to make this call, I do believe. He knows Robin is super aggressive. Joni makes the fold. And he does. He does make the call. It wasn't quite a snap call. I think he was trying to maybe camouflage his set. Ooh, a jack of clubs would be dirty. 9 of diamonds. That may have saved Robin some money. He's not going to fire too hard now. Check. Billy checks just in case he's being trapped. He's going to show a set of fives. And Billy's going to continue to increase his chip stack. He's now at $4.6 thousand.
Straddle. 9 straddle. 1 double straddle. 2 triple straddle.
Dealer shuffling up, and all I can hear is straddle, 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 triple straddle. So what do we got? We got a straddle up to 80? We got a straddle to 80 now?
No, 40.
Okay, 40. Oh, 10, 20, 40. That's triple.
Straddle
Behind.
straddle ends at Joni.
She says no more.
Triple straddle. 3 call. 4 call. 5 call. Nine raises to 230. One falls. Two call. Five falls. Seven falls.
Did you have Billy spread his cards?
Billy, fan your cards, please.
That's twice, you're gone.
I had that.
Four pliers.
All right, we got four-way action. Looks like Kobe added on. Kobe's got about, that was too fast for me to see. Flop comes out 7, 4, 10, 7, 4, 10.
Check. Five check. Eight check.
Turn card comes out a 9 of hearts. Robin's holding the blockers to the straight. Corey leads out with $400 with the overpair of jacks. Robin says no. Billy says possibly, but I don't know. He says why not?
Five call.
Billy does make the call. That's scary for Rob. Rob does let it go. So heads up action. 58% versus 42%. Who will get there? A 10 on the river, a club. No flush draw, straight draw out there. It goes check. Let's see it. Oh, check, check. Corey's going to show a pair of kings, and Billy smiles because he knows that's good. He says, how do I miss this? How do I miss this with 3, 5, 6, 7 in my hand? And he didn't even show it. So 3 full tables of action going out in the outer room. In Clyde's room, we've got a massive game. That's 10, 11. Let's double take a peek at that. Let's take one more peek at that. We got another double straddle going on. We've got 10-7, 12-7, 13-1, 14-15, 16-17. We've got getting close to 20,000 sitting on the table. 20,000 sitting on the table. And we've also got a $20 straddle out there. Action's going to be on Joni first.
Three call, four call. Five raises to 50.
So, straddle 20 by Mr. Robin. Billy's going to say, we're going to play for 50. Jackson says, I call.
Yes, ma'am. One call. Five players.
5-way action.
Billy, fan your cards at the foot.
10, 8, deuce. Man, Warren sets those cards out so straight. So straight. 10, 8, deuce. 10, 8, deuce.
Five check.
Billy checks.
That's 175.
So, buck and 3 squirts. $175 by Jackson. He's got top pair, top kicker. Carrie snapped that call, didn't she? Look, she's fishing for a 9. 9 would be a pretty card for her.
Three players.
I only see 1 out at this point right now, but she's still sitting over 31% to win. Turn card is a 3 of hearts, putting a possible flush and straight draw coming out. Nobody's holding the flush. Nobody's holding, well, a 4 will give Jackson the 6 high straight. He's keeping with the momentum. We'll call that a pound of chips just was put in the pot.
That's 480.
$480. That's a pound of chips out there. Carrie's gone. Action is now on Robin. He's got 10, 3 deuce. He's got 3 pair. 3 pair. And he's actually in the lead right now. 10-3 is in the lead, correct?
Yeah.
And it's funny, they both have a 50% chance to win the hand. Robin says all in.
All in.
Holy cow, he says all in. Now here's the question. If Jackson could see, 1350 is the bet. If Jackson could see their hands, would he make the call? Knowing that he has to hit a 5, a 6, an 8?
He would have to.
Yeah.
He would have to. He's already got so much money in the pot, and he's 50% to win.
So a 5, 6, 8, or ace wins the hand for him. An 8 chops the pot for them. He calls.
No, an 8 doesn't chop the pot because that gives them both 10s and 8s.
Oh, with an
And
ace.
Jackson
8
has
he
to
wins.
use-
Yeah. I mean, half the deck he wins, half the deck he loses. A queen on the river and 10-3 is going to be your winner.
Yeah.
Robin did not expect when he made that call. Robin 100% did not expect to win that hand. And that's what he's saying. He goes, holy cow, I was trying to make a move.
How was I ahead?
How am I
Technically,
ahead?
he wasn't.
It's always fun when you're making, and you know, I never pick on anybody, but it's always fun when you're making a move. You get caught, but you still win. Like your move was ahead. You didn't know you were bluffing with the best hand.
That was a semi bluff. You just didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing I like to talk about all the time. Had he seen the cards, he probably would have done the same move. Like if they could set in here, I would like to see how that would change poker if they could see everyone's hands. Because if Jackson could see the cards, he would have snapped that call. It wouldn't even be a second. If Robin could have seen the cards pre-river card, he would have went all in, knowing that he had 2 pair 10-3.
That would actually be a really interesting game to have, where like every player gets a card for every other seat, and then once during the session they can flip that card out for that seat and see that player's cards.
Ooh. Ooh. We'll insert the Tim Allen home improvement laugh. Oh, because that would be quite fun. Joni's chips have dwindled just a little bit. Just the call folding, little passive action. Seven-way action, pre-flop, $275 in the pot, 5 on the button once again. 5 on the button once again.
It's not right.
Robin,
Check.
Robin and Jackson, please spread your cards, please. Thank you.
Remember if I did mine. Where we at?
2, 3, 4, check. 6 bets, 100.
All right, bet of $100. Wait, let me rephrase that. $100 was the bet. Kobe now goes all in for $650. Carrie's going to make the fold. It's going to fold all the way around. It folds all the way around. Kobe flops the straight with a straight flush open-ended draw. Chip count. Kobe's got 650 plus whatever he
He's
drug
got a lot
in.
more than that.
Yeah, whatever he drug in. He's got about $730.
Stack.
Maybe 8.
About 1,100.
Oh, that was bet at 200, wasn't it? Yeah.
5,
Last
raise
time,
to
last time,
20.
last time I forgot to pay. I was gone for like 3 months. I came back and they requested I pay.
7 call, 9 call, 1 call,
Just like here, huh?
2 call,
Smart ass. Y'all are bad.
4 call,
Take everything so personal.
Not me. I'm not a personal girl.
6 players.
My personal girl.
I'm a vindictive now. Don't fuck with my family, then we'll be okay. If you do either one, it's on like Donkey Kong.
What can we fuck with?
4 call. What's that?
Yourself.
I'm really good at that.
You can
Kobe,
fuck with
fan your
yourself.
cards, please.
Did you take it?
Thank you. Yes, he checks. 5 check. 7 check, 9 check.
Check.
2 bets, 100.
But I get 3 colors.
4 call,
I bet you do.
No, just 2.
7 call, 9 fold.
You would have bet it if you had it. Oh, I'm wrong.
1 call. 4 players.
Uh-oh. Wait.
4
Shing-a-ling-a.
check,
Chick, chick.
7 check, 1 check.
I learned my lesson
Check.
a long time ago.
4 bets, 200.
Raise.
River card comes out, a Queen of Hearts. $200 tossed out in the pot by Mr. Ricky. 7 is all in again.
875.
875 is the bet.
1 call.
1 calls. Carrie makes the call. Carrie's not calling there unless she's got a boat. I can promise you that. Action is now on. I'd hate to be in Ricky's spot where he bet the 200. So I bet Carrie has either pocket jacks or jack 9. Oh, no, Carrie didn't have it. Carrie must have had ace king. Yep. So Kobe does, and that's what we're talking about. It just takes one hand like that to scoop it in to change it up. Kobe has it. He pulls in a 2,000.
Oh, because it didn't. Okay.
Yeah, he pulls in a $2,300 pot.
What was Kobe's hand?
Looks like there's home attack.
I'm sorry?
Just home attack.
Yeah, he had jacks full of 9s. Yep, jacks full of 9s.
Oh, no, Johnny's not him.
Double straddle.
Back.
But Johnny looks like their mate's home.
Yeah. I think Chris Quinn's in the room too, though, but I don't think he's gonna check. I think he's plugging numbers.
Fucking numbers.
Yeah, he's keep track of the cards in the pot.
Six fold. Seven fold. 8 fold. 9 makes it 75. 2 calls.
Shocker.
3 fold. 4 call. 5 call. 4 players. Four check, 5 check, 9 check,
Check.
2 check. 4 check. 5 bets 305. fold. 4 fold. That's right, thank you. Five straddle.
Mine does that.
Yep. I got ahead this week. The week started on Monday. On here on Tuesday was stuck 16,000.
Oh, shit.
So I've had to spend the whole week.
All right, we're back on action here. Looks like we're about to have a dealer change. Billy's going to look down at Jack 10, 10, 8. Thank you for that, Warren.
I'm sorry?
I said thank you for telling me to do that.
Thank you. He's making his watch down. 7 fold. 6 fold, 7 fold, 8 fold. 9, raises to 30, 1 call, 2 call,
Oh my gosh.
2 call, 4 call,
Here we go.
5 call. 6 flatters.
Six-way action, $155 in the pot. Lots of beautiful cards up there. Flop comes out. 3 of diamonds, king of hearts, 7 of spades. And it sounds like everybody checked. Ace of diamonds on the turn, possible straight, Broadway, possible wheel, and possible diamond draw now out. Robin's looking for that deuce.
125.
He's got the second nut diamond. Billy's got the third nut diamond.
3 fold. 4 fold. 5 call. Heads up. I check.
Robin bets 400 with a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Billy doesn't waste any time letting him go. He gone. So Robin picks up 275 in profit on an $830 pot. Chip count, Robin 4.2. Billy's got 3.8. Joni 3.3. Corey 3.2. Kobe 1.5. Kobe was down to 300 just a little while ago. He added on 500, so put him at 8.
Kobe, I think, is actually a lot higher than 1.5 right now. I missed the hand where he won a lot of carries.
All right, as soon as that's right. As soon as we get the chips around, the camera's moving, we'll get the accurate chip count on Kobe.
2, 3, 32-ish.
No, 1, 2, 23, 24, 25.
25?
25. 25 and change. 25, 25. 30. 25, 30. And our laser sharp vision from the booth. Kobe calls with 10, 10, 80 deuce. Corey says 50. You're in my hand. I've got aces. It's 50.
He went back to the same order I had him on winning.
7 threes.
Just telling you, just getting it out there.
Jackson checks. Kobe checks. Corey bets 150.
Call.
So it goes check, check. Corey bets leads out with 150. Kobe's got a 10. Sorry, Kobe's got a deuce. Action's now on Kobe, and he's not playing anymore. He's going to say pot. Raises it up to 1,110. Corey's going to let it go. Carrie lets it go. Action is now on Ricky, who's also got a deuce. But Kobe has the 80 deuce. Man, a 10 right here would be terrible. Can Ricky get away from just trip deuces?
How
And he
gross-
does.
How gross would a 7 be?
Man, a 10 is disgusting. A 7 is terrible. Oh, any way that hand plays out, it is not good for the other person. So we've got the straddle thing going. Kobe's got some chips. He says, I straddle for 10 this time. Rob's sleeping, and Rob folds. Now the straddle for 20 is on like Donkey Kong. Kerry does let it go. Action's over on Mr. Rob, and he's going to call the 20. 20, 20, 20. Joni lets go. So action is now $130.
Oh, look at that. Robin isn't 100% VPIP anymore.
Oh no, Robin is not 100% VPIP. He gone. He gone.
Ooh, got Jackson scores.
Three-way to the flop. 6-3 deuce. Rainbow suits. 5-7 looks pretty, but 5-7's in two people's hands. Billy bets 300. Jackson's going to let it go. Action's now on Ricky. Ricky says, I am all in, all you can eat. And Billy says, oh crap, did I just walk into 4-5? Billy calls. We're going to run it 2 times.
How much was the all-in?
The all-in is for 315. No, sorry, 390 is the all-in. You're asking, sorry. All right, ready for the team?
All in for 390.
2 boards?
Yep. First board.
Second board action comes out. Jack Queen.
And
Showdown. On the top board, Billy is going to take it. And on the bottom board, I believe Billy's going to take it. A pair of 3s wins it all. Oh my gosh, welcome to Kojak's Live. A pair of 3s in PLO. Not a pocket pair of 3s.
Wow.
A pair of 3s just took down a $1,000 pot.
Wow. Pair of 3s.
I'm flabbergasted. So it looks like 1,000 behind from Mr. Ricky. So, welcome to Kojak's. A pair of 3s will win you $1,000. I guess that's the best way to say that. Where else can you play poker and have a naked 3 in your hand and end up playing 10-3 for the win in a $1,000 pot on a 5 on the button game, 300 minimum buy-in, $1,000 max buy-in?
Running it twice.
Running it twice, yes, on top of that. I'm flabbergasted. I am distraught. I'm excited. I don't even know what to say right there. That was freaking awesome. All right, button on seat number 7. Sleeper straddle by Mr. Corey in seat number 9. First action is going to be on Rob. He is not going to play 2, 3, 4, 10. And you can tell by the look on his face. He is visually frustrated. He is what you call card dead. Card dead. Action's over on Miss Carrie. She's got American Airlines. She's going to raise it up, I believe. 35 is the new action. She pots it. Robin says, I call. Joni says, I'm tired of being coy. Let's raise this up to 155. Ricky gets out of the way. Billy gets out of the way. Jackson gets out of the way. Kobe gets out of the way. Corey gets out of the way. And Carrie says, you know what? I'd like to see a repot. Oh, no, just a call. Just a call. Out of these 3 hands, I like Robin's hand. He's the only one with a queen, only one with a jack, only one with a 6. Only one with diamond. Nope, just kidding. No diamonds. Everybody's got diamonds. Carrie's got the diamond blocker though. Man, I like all their hands. Let me take that back. Carrie is your favorite with a pair. Flop comes out. Queen 5, 5. And what did I? Yep, nobody has a 5.
5
So-
did look awful good right here though.
5. Carrie says pot. And that's going to be the end of this hand. Can Joni get away? I'm 100% sure Joni can get away from that. But she could get sticky with the overpair. And she says no. And I think Carrie showed the aces. She should have showed 9-8. She should have showed 9-8. Oh, we got one request for the dealer to deal better. So there we go. Jackson says $218 in his stack.
I don't think that's right.
Oh, no, that can't be right.
I suspect that he has added on at some point.
No. He's big win. He's way up. Now, Ricky's got 1,100 in his stack. We've got a straddle to 10. Action on Miss Carrie. Ace 10, 7, 6. Broadway, little 10 high action going. Robin's going to make the call. Ace, king, queen, deuce. Joni folds a flush in her hand.
Most places that play would probably work.
Yes. Most places a pot bet of 35 is enough to take down the pot, except at Kojak's. So flop comes out 10, 6, 7. Another Skittles flop, but that flop smacks Carrie in the face with 3 pair. She leads out with 100.
She's hoping for a pair of the board.
Yeah, just pair the board. That's all I'm asking for. That's what she's saying. Billy does make the call. Jackson's going to raise it up. Jackson's got about, it looks like 1,700 in chips in front of him.
He's really looking for an 8 here. Or a 9. An 8 or a 9. But he wouldn't really even like a 9.
So here we go. We got another big pot brewing. $697 in the pot. 750. Just kidding. I can count. So heads up action. Jack 994 looking for an 8. Carrie's just looking for the board to pair. And a deuce still puts Carrie in the lead. Jackson leads out with $500. Carrie makes the call. Jackson's just not going to be able to push her off. Jackson started this hand with approximately $2,700 in his hand. And Kerry stays in the lead. Jackson says all in and a call. And Kerry called it like she knew it.
What should Jackson have in his stack at that point? About 1,800 or so?
Kerry calls it down with a monster pot. That's a $4,000 pot.
Yeah, I think.
Final bet was $605 from Miss Kerry.
Alright, so quick math, Charlie. 605 times 2 can be 1210. 1210 plus 2500. 1210. Nope. Nope. 3710 minus 75. That's your stack. Yep.
I'll straddle.
1,000 for Jackson. Jackson just added on 1,000.
So we got a couple add-ons going on at the table. Kerry's now got over 4K in her stack. Give or take just a hair. So, and just like that, you look at that, Kerry's out of the cellar. Jackson is down just a hair. Rob's down around 1,000. Ricky and Corey about 780 the same. Joni's still the big winner, 2,200 up. 2,200 up. Let's take a peek at those chip stacks. We got 43 for Billy, 39 for Robin, 37 for Kerry, 33 for Kobe, 32 for Joni, 29 for Corey, almost 2K for Jackson. And then you see 450 and 900. Game is action tonight. We've got about 15 minutes left on the stream, and here we go. $140 in the pot. That means 7 players are active. Got some good hands up there. Flop comes out. Ace of hearts, 10 of hearts, queen of clubs. Looking for king jack. Don't see king jack in anyone's hand. So with top 2, Rob leads out with $140. Robin calls with the second heart flush, and Kobe does let it go with the third heart flush. I like that. Rob's got about $500 left behind. So 440 is the bet.
That was a
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, top 2 pair on a board that could already be
Made.
straight, and a flush already, like a flush draw. I mean, that's a really dangerous bet in that spot.
100% correct.
Because and even in late position with everybody checking to you, like if somebody's got the straight,
Yeah, I mean,
that is a prime position to be trapping. Turned out it worked out okay for him.
100%. I mean, it turned out it worked. But I think that was more of a frustration bet than anything.
That is quite possible.
Because his cards have been so dead, so he was just going to play what he had, hoped an ace or a queen came on the turn. Robin's got the $10 straddle out. 10 straddle.
Johnny calls. Ricky calls. Billy folds. Jackson folds. Kobe raises to 50. Robert calls. Corey calls. Kerry calls. Robin folds. Joni calls. Ricky calls. Six players. Johnny checks. Ricky checks. Kobe bets 150. Robert folds.
You just give Robin 300 of it, Charlie.
Actions back here. Actions back here. Corey calls. Kerry folds. Joni folds. Ricky calls. Three players. Check. 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 Ricky checks. Cody checks. Corey checks. Showdown. Two pair. Aces and jacks.
I was gonna suck that on you, had five queens. You knew my pair wasn't good on that flop.
That's all right.
It says it's supposed to rain for days and it doesn't. We get more bars like weather.
Well, if it's on Mars, what phone are we on?
It gets colder, it is Mars.
All right. All right. Here we go. Hand number 43 of the night. But just because the live stream stops in about 10 minutes does not mean the game stops. This game is going to be one of those games that's going to go till sun comes up. When the sun comes up, as that country song says. So here we go. Button setting on Mr. Robin. Joni under the gun. Looks down at ace, queen, 8-7. I don't see how she can't play this one. She just calls. Ricky makes the call. Billy raises it up. 20 is the new action. 2-0. Jackson Hewitt makes the call. Kobe makes the call. Good golly. You're calling. These people didn't even have money in.
Family pot.
So here we go. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 players. $160 in the pot. I predict a deuce isn't going to come since Corey and I think Kerry were holding all the deuces. Jack, 10, 9, 2 diamonds. Looking for king, queen in anybody's hand. I don't see king, queen. 8-7. 8-7 in Joni's hand. She's got the bottom end of it. Turn card, a queen. Looking for ace, king. Now that's how quick it can change here. Looking for ace, king. Nobody's got it, but now we got
Billy
diamonds
loves his hand.
and hearts. Who does?
Billy.
Billy. Oh, absolutely. Billy's got ace, king, and nut hearts, so he's going to try to extract value. Hopefully somebody else has that. Jackson's got the jack high flush draw with ace, jack in his hand. He could be setting himself up for some trouble. Robin's debating. I'm not sure.
Jackson's looking for like the 9 of hearts, right?
Yes, he's looking for the 9 of hearts for the straight flush. Robin does let it go. Actions over onto Ricky. He's got a set of queens. He's looking for the board to pair. Oh, we got a pot heating. $480. Oh, I thought that was a 9. The board paired. So that's good news for Ricky, and that's an action killer. Oh my gosh, that would have been terrible if that had been the nine of hearts. Oh my gosh, that would have been so disgusting if that was the nine of hearts. All right, so Ricky pulls in $460 profit on a $1,200 pot.
Did you notice Billy's fold there?
No, I didn't see it. What'd he do? Oh, he just chunked him. Oh, because he was all the way there and then just swinging a whiff.
He's like pretty much anything that isn't that it doesn't pair the board.
Yes.
Is good for him, and then bam, there's the 9.
So, action is on Jackson. I'm surprised he didn't double straddle this. That's why he wanted to raise it up. 65 is the new action. So here we go. Raise up to $180.
Need Corey's cards.
All right, flop comes out, 8 of spades, 7 of spades, 5 of diamonds in the next to last hand of the night. Corey leads out with $300.
Both players with pocket 7s right now.
Right? I don't see how Jackson goes
And a
into with
flush draw.
68.
Both players with pocket 7s and a flush draw.
Jack high flush draw and a 10 high flush draw. So bet 3 and then flushes get there. Oh my gosh, this could be dirty. Jackson's got the check mark already. Corey's got the 10 high flush. Check, check. River card comes a 4. So Jackson, man, I don't know what Jackson does right here. He's got the second nuts. He's trying to get Corey to fall for the bait. No matter what Corey bets right here, Jackson's calling. Yep, snap call. 10 high flush versus a jack high flush. And that's a cooler. That's how it's going to go down. 2K in the pot. $1,000 profit for Jackson heading his way. Unfortunate for Corey to run into that.
And there's no way Jackson can fold there.
No, I mean one card beats him.
Yeah.
One flush draw beats him. That's
Yeah.
the king. I mean, there's 50-50. He has it, but Corey would do the same thing with king high flush draw there.
Yes, he would.
He would maximize the value. He wouldn't put it. He wouldn't pot it because
Yep.
he wants that jack to call.
Yeah, and if that's what's going on, then if you're Jackson, you're just going to lose the money. And that's just where you are there.
Yes, we want to thank all
Especially
viewers.
against that player.
Yes, especially against that. Both players super aggressive. They could have anything in their range. They could have just had the straight. I mean, if Jackson didn't have the flush, he hit the 4 on the river for the 68 straight.
Yep.
So this will be the next to last hand of the Live with Clyde. Kojak's live stream. We've got 2 super action tables flown out there. Don't forget, tomorrow we've got the Progressive Bounty, $250 Progressive Bounty chip, where you lose 50% of your bounties rounded up. So if you've got 5 bounties in your hand and you lose, you get knocked out, you lose 3 of them. So 40 to play. Joni folds pocket 10s. So somebody just bet the pot. I think it was Ricky. Ricky bets the pot. $230 to play. So Robin does make the call. 3-way action, $780. Next hand is last hand. Flop comes out, queen of clubs, 9 of spades, ace of diamonds. Robin flops top bottom. Bets. Ricky leads out with 760. Like he's playing this hand like he has pocket aces. He's playing this hand like he has pocket aces.
Robin's actually really strong here, though.
Mm-hmm. So he's got the ace blocker. Robin raises. That's going to put Ricky all in. Ace king is a monster at this point, but it's dwarfed by the ace 9. So if a queen comes, that gives Ricky the pot. 2 times. Elected to run 2 times. First board comes out, a queen. That gives Ricky the first board with ace king, and that gives Ricky the second board with set of kings.
And that's how you can go from being so strong to winning nothing.
Yeah,
Ready to get twice.
that is incredible how it can just change with just one hand, 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards.
Yeah.
And like Robin just did, he exasperated, threw his hands up in the air. I mean, what do you do right there? You call.
You just lose your money. I mean, that's all you do.
Went to showdown. Look at this, Jackson. 50% of the time he plays a hand, he goes to showdown. So as y'all can hear the dealer saying on the chat end, this will be the very last hand of the live stream. Last hand. We want to thank everybody. At one point in time, we had almost 70 live viewers watching us. We appreciate all you guys. Only reason we do this is because we continue to get over 3,000 views per week on all 3 platforms. We truly appreciate each and every one of y'all coming out and supporting us. Don't forget, tomorrow, 2:30 p.m., we start with the Bounty Tournament. The Bounty Tournament at Kojak's. $250 Progressive Bounty Tournament. September 19th, mark your calendar. We have the... Well, we're going to call it the Celebrity Golf Tournament because we'll be out there playing with you guys in October. I don't remember the exact dates, but we have our 2-week, the Permian Basin Poker Series is coming to town. So here we go. Last hand magic. Raised to 45, 3-bet to 150. And Ricky calls. So 3-way action. Billy, Ricky, and Robin. 2 of the most aggressive players at the table. One of them has almost 100% VPIP. Let's peek over and take a real quick at that. Just take a real quick look. 95%. 95% VPIP. But you did see that. You did see who had a higher one, been there all game. Kerry's sitting at 80%. So it does check. And as they're thinking about this action, I want to look at that one more time. 8 out of 10 players over 50%. 2 over, the whole table over 40. So $325 bet by Billy. $325 call by Robin. Ricky does make the fold. Ace 10-4. Robin's drawn for the hearts. He's got the second nut flush of hearts. Now he's got the first nut flush of hearts that came out. Billy knows at that point right there that it was the flush that Robin had in his hand. And just like that, Robin pulls in $640 profit on a 16K pot. Let's go ahead and take a peek at those chip stacks one more time. 3.8, 3.6, 3.5, 3.2, 3.1, 2.6, 2.5, 1.5, and 800. So that's 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 14, 17, 20, 22.5, 23, 24, $25,000 sitting on the table. 5 on the button action, PLO action, $25,000 in chips sitting on that. That's not even, when I walked out there a while ago just to take a peek at the table, they had 2 pots, $2,000 on a 5 on the button hold'em tables. So that is going to do it for tonight at Live at Kojak's. We truly appreciate each and every one of you coming out to support us. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us with Live with Clyde tonight at Kojak's.